Good morning, gang. Happy Friday. So, yes, I'm here. Surprise, surprise. Roller coaster day yesterday. Got notification of the strike somewhere around 3 o'clock, and instantly I appealed it because their basis for it was completely bass-ackwards. Uh, go through the appeal process, but I contacted them directly, and to YouTube's credit, they got on it within 3 hours and said, "Oh, we have a bunch of idiots who run this place. Your strike was wrong." Now, it's not people that are the idiots, it's whoever programmed the AI, because I'm sorry, but there is no such thing as artificial intelligence. It's artificial decision making, but it ain't intelligent, okay? And there's no way you're going to tell me that they will ever create a machine that can rationally think like a human being. If it goes and looks for keywords, oh, that keyword is out, and sorry, you're done. But if you listen to the video, I called out. I was debunking exactly what they gave me the strike for. I wasn't promoting it. I was saying it was bullshit. So, yeah, so we're back here. So good. Thank you to YouTube for fixing your error. So, yeah, it's interesting. The last two strikes I've got, they were wrong both times. So content creators don't just fall by the wayside when you get a strike and go, oh, well, I'm done. You know what you said, you fight it, okay? Because believe me, if you're actually not doing something stupid, you'll win. There you go. All right, so talking about doing something stupid, gee, go figure. Uh, many, 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 many times I have talked about watching Europe and listening to Europe and what's going on. And it's funny because now you're starting to get countries that we haven't really heard from in regards to this whole craziness that are starting to speak up. The Czechs and the Italians being the latest, okay? Let alone what's going on in Great Britain. I'll get to that in a minute. But Miloš Zeman, who is the president of the Czech Republic, has now determined or tagged the Green New Deal or the whatever you want as green madness, which is true. Okay. He made a very interesting comment that the primary cause of the energy crisis in Europe is not the Ukraine war, but green fanaticism. Yeah, go figure. Okay. Yes, does the Ukraine war have a lot to do with it? Sure. Sorry, you cut off all the Russian gas. Okay. But the idiocy of going green has devastated Europe. Now, where you say, how does that happen? Well, like the aforementioned Great Britain. They are now saying 70% of the pubs are going to have to close over the winter because they can't pay the electric bill. Now, when you think of Great Britain, what do you think of? The royal family, Big Ben, London Bridge, Buckingham Palace, and getting a pint at the pub, okay? Now, I really don't think that the royal family is going to have a problem paying the light bill. After all, it's your tax money that they're using to do it, because God knows they don't do anything to make money. But, hey, let's all chip in so they can live a lavish lifestyle. Thank God Meghan Markle's out of there. It's like, I feel bad for the Brits that they even for a second had to support her, move here to the United States. Nobody supported her in the United States. She was a D-list actress who sucked at her job anyway. But, she was as fake and phony on the screen as she is in real life. So, she had a TV show on a third-rate cable network. Yay, that's a career. But, yeah. So, then you look at Italy, and Italy's having a problem air conditioning or heating or anything, depending on the season, obviously. And they're limiting what temperatures can be kept in businesses, like a lot of countries across Europe are. They're also limiting senior centers, I mean, as in nursing homes and things like that, okay, to not use as much fuel, which is getting these people sick. You know, you can't bathe somebody, and trust me, I mean, my daughter spent a year and a half doing this while she was going to college, working in a senior center. You can't bathe somebody and then, especially who's frail, and then get them out of the water into a cold room. That's a recipe for pneumonia or anything like that. You know, so let's start killing people again. This is the God's honest truth of what these green energy policies do. These green energy policies kill people. Okay? They starve people, they freeze people, they cause people to get heat stroke. Okay? They cause people to go bankrupt, to commit suicide. This is what the green energy does. Okay? Indirectly, it's not the energy per se, but it is the people that are pushing for this to be 100% across the board. Oh, we've got to do all this. I've said it a million times. If God didn't want us using fossil fuels and coal, he wouldn't have put it on the earth. Okay? Pretty simple stuff there. Why we need to do something about this. This is coming here. Okay? Joe is hell-bent on converting everything we have. I mean, look at California. California just came out and said they're banning gas-powered vehicles. Okay, last one out of California. Please turn off the lights. You know, you got water problems, and so, you know, rather than the drought and fixing that, you're going to worry about gas coming out of cars. Okay, you know, the greatest filter for carbon dioxide in the world is trees, and your mismanagement of it causes it all to catch fire every freaking year. Okay, so you are doing everything you can against your own policies because they put money in your pocket. That's it. I mean, face it. We all know the Green New Deal, green energy on a large scale, doesn't work. But the reason you keep pushing it is because it gets you richer and richer and richer. You know, John Kerry was rich, not him. Teresa Hines was. Okay, John just married into money. Al Gore wasn't exactly your raving billionaire before he decided to pioneer climate change. You know, that lie. You know, then all of a sudden he owns what, something like 7 houses or whatever. I mean, you know, Bernie's a pauper. But this is it, guys. There's going to be a day, probably pretty soon, when we're going to be told you can't turn your can't turn your thermostat down or anything like that. I mean, how long have they been pushing these smart thermostats? Oh, you can control it with your phone. You can turn it down, and, you know, 15 minutes before you get home, you can turn the air conditioning on or turn the heat on. Yeah, so can the electric company. Okay, I caught them on that because my house had one in Vegas, and they would change the temperature in my house. I didn't touch it, and they changed the temperature. Okay, I eventually pulled the thermostat off the wall and replaced it with an old school one. You know, not that I ever heard them bitch, but you guarantee they were bitching. Okay. This is the thing, guys. It's going to come to us. We have to figure out our own way of doing whatever we need. That's a powered device, period. I mean, across the board. Whether it's stocking fuel, whether it's having some sort of alternate power or whatever it was, whether it's gas generator, solar generator. I know there's going to be somebody there already is. He spent 8 minutes talking about how solar is bad and then says, go buy a solar generator. Yes, again, same story, guys. Solar does not work on a large scale. Solar works fine on a small scale. You can build enough solar on your house to power your house, your needs. But like I said, just to run the cars in the country, you've got to cover the entire states of Nevada and Utah with solar panels. That's not feasible. Okay? You're not going to generate enough solar power at your house to run your whole house and power a car unless you've got a solar field in your backyard. Maybe in the future, if we can ever get solar panels down to maybe this big, then maybe it's possible. Right now, with these 3x4 or 2x3 or however big these solar panels are, each one of them 100 watts. No, it ain't possible. So watch Europe. They're telling us everything that's coming here, and every time you hear something out of Europe, plan on now going, gee, this is like going to the back of the book and reading who the murderer is. And now I can go read the whole story. That's exactly what this is, guys. Pay attention to the end of the book, Europe. So you can get through the entire book itself, the United States, and know what the outcome is and prepare for it. Pinball out.